Episode 103, Unspoken Conversation. It's your boy Antoine the Source.
D-boy fresh the charming ass. Oh.
It's knowledge, man. What's up? Been a minute.
Boy Flimarachi in the building. Over there playing Daddy Daycare again on Saturday, even though he's full time with it.
Shout out to the Muffin Man remix. By Zay Chauvin.
Man, it's good to be back, man. First off, before we move forward, I wanted to say first, I'm glad I'm able to tap in with y'all fellas, man. As much as things go on in the city, in the world these days, we'll expound on some of those things later on, man. You just got to take appreciation to the people that's close to you being around and being available, man.
No doubt.
So, yeah, I just want to shout out y'all fellas, man, for just rocking and remaining solid all these years.
Already. Same here, bro.
Already, my nigga.
And first, and also I want to start the show off with, rest in peace to also known as DMX, who's back of hip hop. And I feel like someone who always, with energy, organic energy.
He was a real one,
and otherwise very, fraudulent and fake industry sometimes. And, somebody who held his emotions on his sleeve. And I think that's what made him great and what made him stand out as an artist and as a man. So I just want to just say, give my condolences to his family, to his kids, to those close to him, man, and all of the fans who basically just consumed music and consumed his work. I know my first memory of him was when I heard The Way It's Going Down on MTV. One morning, I was like in fifth grade.
Man, MTV
and I had
don't
heard
videos.
Rough Riders Anthem, but that was the one that kind of got me.
Yeah.
On the train.
Yeah, bro. I'm still looking for the video, girl.
It was damn near a ballad, nigga. It was damn near a ballad from a real nigga. It was the first real nigga ballad, in my opinion. And that was what, 96? Well, no, 98. It was after Biggie died. So it was like 97, 98.
Did you know he dropped 2 full solid albums in 1 year?
Yeah, yep.
Well, yeah, he saved Def Jam. Like Russell Simmons actually spoke on that on his Instagram, how DMX saved Def Jam. They acquired him when they were in limbo. They had lost really a lot. Bad Boy and Death Row had taken over.
Right.
They and then Atlanta was kind of coming in, so Def Jam was really just on his own island, and they were able to acquire him, and he just blew up. He was like a phoenix. And people forget at one point DMX was the biggest rapper in the world.
Bro, I was just having that conversation with my cousin earlier because he loves Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z, but before Jigga blew, like right after Biggie, it was DMX. Like right after Biggie passed, DMX was like the biggest man. Dog. So yeah, man, rest in peace. He's in a better place now. He don't have to fight them demons no more. I hate when, the first thing people go to is, he passed away because he passed away because God called him home. It was his time. And he ain't got to fight them demons no more. So rest in peace, King. Real talk, man.
Well said. For sure.
Real talk. Nigga, hey, he make you want to go.
Hey, but I'm just glad that the last memories we have of him is him like in a clear mind. It's a lot of footage of him enjoying himself, enjoying those around him.
Interview.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, bro! It's like he was destined to have that interview. It's funny how things work, man. It's funny how God works, because like I think that's one of the highest grossing Drink Champs interviews to date. Now I think they just said, and before he died. But it so happened that he had that interview, and you don't really see DMX do interviews like that. He don't do podcast interviews and stuff. Like he never really been that dude.
But the dope part, he opened up later in his life.
Absolutely. So it was destined for him to do that because God was getting ready to call him home, man. So he was getting ready to call him home, but Boy, you gonna get me choked up, and I never met the man. That's just much. That just lets you know how, what impact he had on people, man.
Yeah,
that shows you the power of music,
absolutely.
especially hip hop.
Yeah,
I saw the one clip they've been posting, and it was a lady out of Nashville, and it just show you how the South is. I guess he was there, and she riding around and saw him. She pulled up
I
to
saw
him.
that.
She was like, "These bitches still."
We still ain't found out.
Guys out to her. So that's the energy. Like, I feel I saw DMX, and I think a lot of people like he was. And let's go back to the verses, man. A lot of things he's done, to this moment was special. Versus him and Snoop.
Yep.
You would think going into that verses, Snoop gonna annihilate him, and then you start listening to his sequence of hits.
Of hits,
I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then for them to have that conversation, it truly shows what verses was built for.
I think in the situation, that's a perfect example of the excitement of verses, but also how verses can tip the scale sometimes unevenly, and you won't expect it. Because in the case like Snoop Dogg, Snoop has been around for so much longer. His prime was so much longer than DMX's. Kind of, and so what happens is DMX has a lot of period music, like music that kind of sounds like it's from the same time frame, the same point, because you got to think Snoop, he has Gin and Juice, he has Beautiful. You know what I'm saying? He has Drop It Like It's Hot. That's 3 different sound spectrums, you know what I'm saying, that you can get. So he has, and so a lot of times we sleep on the fact that when DMX was hitting, he was hitting. Like Slipping to this day is one I go back to.
Slipping is, whew.
Because the videos, but like a versus doesn't do somebody like DMX justice. But a lot of his presentation was what made him great as well.
Yeah,
like the imagery that you saw in his videos. Dark,
and you got to listen to his whole song. You got to listen to his whole song too. Verses give you a one verse, then they go to the next song. Like DMX was a storyteller. You got to listen to the whole song because that last verse gonna hit.
Man, and then like since we on the topic of verses, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like we spoke about these last 2 years almost, last year and some change, a weird year.
Man.
And that's a win that we've gotten though, is verses, especially this past weekend. The Isley Brothers and the Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Elements. Because what it shows you is the camaraderie and the connection that we all have as Black people. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of following along on Twitter, and it kind of shows you how things jump across generations. There's like a DMX, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, you got 20-year-olds who wasn't around for DMX's prime that felt it because that was their dad's favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? This kind of like how we feel when we listen to the others. Because that was our mom, our dad's, our grandparents' favorite artist. And so that shows you the power of music and how it can kind of cross generations. And it shows you how it can connect us, man. And that's why I feel as though we need to kind of do a better job of giving the flowers to those who have touched
music. Absolutely.
Because it's very, very hard to really like captivate somebody across time and generations that didn't even see you in your prime. Like, it's just like, I can kind of go on and on about it. That's why music holds a special place in my heart. But
nigga, Ronald Isley came out, nigga, and he
like a new nigga.
On pause, he a whole what the female say? He a whole baby.
Sugar daddy.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Mr. Steal your grandma.
I didn't stop. Hey, he made me stop picking my grass. I ain't plucking the bowls no more. I'm letting it shine. I'm there.
Say,
I'm ready to get
this
there.
nigga.
the feedback was what pushed me over the edge. I'm like, I'm ready to get there.
When he came out in when he came out in the mink, nigga,
I'm like, who is that nigga?
I
like,
stood up in my living room, nigga.
I mean, I'd be like, who is that nigga?
Hey, y'all remember how Eddie Kane mama stood up when he hit that note? When that nigga walked out in the goddamn mink, I stood up off my couch, nigga.
But no,
like, this nigga done
every time that nigga would get up, sing, he don't walk, he glide.
He like a Spike Lee movie. You know, Spike Lee shit, you just glide, but you can hear footsteps, but they really glide.
He's what and granddads that think they still cool feel like they feel like.
Yeah.
That's how they think they look when
they. You know that nigga got a. Hey, I bet he got a pocket knife in his pocket. Nigga.
That's what they try to pull off.
Nigga, them old niggas will stick your ass, nigga.
And then, but the dope part about the whole verses was you saw that they were fans of each other. Mm-hmm. Like, because I look at it like this: they were singing each other's songs, playing background.
Yeah.
And I feel as though you can't be in the game that long and not fuck with somebody.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. So I just feel as though our music crosses barriers.
No,
and it was so dope to see them get their flowers, man, because I ain't gonna lie, man. They gave Steve Harvey a hard time, but you couldn't have found another host.
Dog, he was the best host for that, period. He was
like who else would you have put up there and got the whole?
I can't think of nobody else. And I listen to Steve Harvey every morning, but I can't think of anybody.
You need Don Cornelius. That's who you needed for that.
Yeah, but
maybe like you know who I could have saw? Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be somebody over. It's got to be somebody over 50, 55. You got to be over 50 to bring them in. Got to be. But yeah, man. Yeah, I can see said. But yeah, man, it was definitely a. Well, it was 4 hours. We definitely grooved, bro. We definitely grooved.
Grandparents was getting dressed to sit in front of the TV. You know,
I know. Mama called you, Tom.
My mother-in-law called my wife. This the best verses
ever. Like she done seen the other ones. She ain't seen the other ones. Hey, how many times do you think in that 4 hours across the country, how many times do you think this phrase was said? That's my song. Every song. Oh, shit.
And I know the black families, you know, people been getting vaccinated. So, you know, people getting back together again, the aunties and uncles and all them.
Yep. Shout out to it, nigga. I got my second one Wednesday.
I got to go get mine, man. I let them people shoot me up last week. Me and my brother went.
Man, my baby girl made me do
like
that
a
shit.
Line. Like they was like poking our asses like turkeys.
Next.
Shit, I ain't had to get out the car. Yeah, they ain't had to get out the car.
Oh yeah, they got to drive up vaccinated. Nigga, just give me your arm and relax.
Next.
But then, man, they make you wait the 15 minutes, which I get it, and I want to wait 15 minutes, but they strict with it. And we went to it's one in Frisco at Stonebriar Mall. And they got they got the Army in there. They got National Guard out there. I'm like, damn, what's all this?
Shit real, bro.
I'm like, what's
we
all
in a movie right now, bro.
Dude's like 15 minutes right here. And I'm like, nah, you ain't got to talk to me like that. They talking to old women like 15 minutes right here.
Get your hands off
here. I'm like, come on, bro, chill out, man. Nigga.
But no, man. But it's just weird though. Like you can see people getting a little loose now. They done got their vaccines and shit.
The city back open.
Hey, no, Houston,
well, shit, Houston never closed.
Being out here, bro. Being in Houston right now, dog, these niggas kick it every day.
That's what I'm telling you.
Nobody has a job out here, bro.
Niggas work hours off from 10 to 2.
Niggas just live. Niggas just live and happy hour. That's all they do. Live and happy hour and brunch, bro. Like
it's no tomorrow.
Like it's no tomorrow, bro. It's so much quick money being spent. everybody eating around here, but nobody working.
I need my rest, nigga. I sound like the old nigga. I need my rest, nigga.
Boy.
like nigga, we go to the stove for something quick. Nigga be across the street kicking it. Like, I'm like, damn, bro.
On a Tuesday night. Who
Tuesday night for nothing?
Nights, nigga?
We out here.
Well, no, nigga. Shout out to your brother AJ, nigga. He lets me know how I go down in Houston every day. Bottle wars on a Wednesday. Like, nigga, who can buy the most bottles on a Wednesday? No,
bro. Like what? Like how?
Nigga, I'm about to watch snowfall and eat some tacos. Nigga.
How they make that exciting is amazing to me. Bottle
make
wars,
you look like you somewhere else.
Yep.
You like you gonna go? You wanna? And you got somebody coming in. I'm finna spend the 15 on bottle wars.
For what though?
And they be pointing it out too.
Yeah, I'm not about to get everybody.
No, them niggas literally put it just for competition.
Yeah,
for
like who throw money in the regular club? Now I get it at the strip club. I get it making it rain at the strip club. But you throwing just money at the regular club?
You gotta pop. You pop your shit. You gonna pop your shit in there. Like that's what it's for. It's for you to pop your shit in there. That's why I say, nigga. It's a lot of money flowing through this goddamn. I love my city, man. They put a battery on my back in the last 2 weeks, man.
I mean, yeah, shit.
It's like you just running the niggas trying to make money out here.
Nigga, like, Houston to me is like a roller coaster, nigga. While I'm on that motherfucker, I'm loving it. But right I get off of it, like I can be in Houston for 3 days. I'm a party like a motherfucker, but I got to come back to the crib.
Hey,
Houston live fast.
I had just went to happy hour. It was funny. I had just went to happy hour with my partners this week. And it was like, we went to Chewy's. Chewy's is normal as fuck. Like,
they food.
Nothing. There should be nothing going on at Chewy's, bro.
Nigga, don't tell me they had a DJ.
It's just motherfucking black women just all up and through there. Just like, god damn, this is Chewy's. Like,
Chewy's. Yeah, because don't know Chewy's up here, Pop. I'll tell you that right now.
Nah.
Ain't the Chewy's up here that pop, nigga.
It's just not enough spots, bro.
Man, Chewy's is fucking gross,
They'll make
bro.
anything a pull up.
Chewy's food is horrible.
They'll make anything a pull up, bro.
Damn. I'll tell you, I mean, like, you know, like you say, I forgot, we stayed by the Galleria. What's that spot, Antoine? You know what I'm talking about. It's a spot right by the
Galleria. The Doubletree?
Nah, it's like a little bar. It's like a little club or something. It go down on, I think it was Saturday night. We went.
It was Toke Bar?
Nah, it's like somebody got shot at that motherfucker the night we went.
Park?
Yes. Park. Yeah, that shit. It was dope in there. Like, if you walk in there empty, you'll think, this is just up in Dallas, it might get packed sometime here. Nigga, we walked in there and it was like a club.
Every day. You gotta get my homeboy. You gotta get my homeboy Jesse. My homeboy Jesse went to Atomic Bottle. He like, man, I had to get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there, bro. Waitress is choosing. It's just looking at me, want to take shots.
That nigga said the waitress is choosing. The waitress is choosing. Damn.
He like little bald head, light skin would just want to take shots with me and shit, look me in my eyes and shit. Nigga couldn't have them temptations.
Dog, Turkey Leg Hut was a whole experience.
That's why I say I love it, but like nigga, I feel real weird having a 9 to 5 out here. I need to be like, man, what you on? I'm working.
What?
Shit, how long? Like,
nigga, I get off at 5, nigga.
I get off at 5. Like, oh shit, we gonna beat us here when you done. Like,
nigga, what do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living?
How do you make your not trying to be nosy, but how do you make your money, nigga?
Like,
what is
my homeboy? I told you, my homeboy, bro. I'm like, I didn't even know that nigga was telling. He was like, yeah, I just got back. I was gone 12 days.
No, nigga, like the picture you posted with Big Boy at the table, that nigga was going in. I seen his diamonds. Is he one of them niggas that work from 10 to 2 a.m.?
Man, nah, he owned a store.
Oh, okay. That nigga was
yeah, man, that's why, but I miss Dallas though.
Yeah.
But
one person want to get up out of Houston.
Who?
One person want to get up out of Houston. Deshaun Watson.
Oh, great segue, bro.
Great segue, bro. Out of Houston, he wants to hide. Period.
Oh my God.
You can't run from the internet. Like,
dog. But my thing is, how many masseuse do you need?
That's the weird part.
Does this nigga have a masseuse for every limb?
No, that's the weird part, bro. Like, did you like when he asked her, "Are you in the glutes? Do you do glutes?" I was like, "What? What? Like, do you do glutes?"
That's what we leading off with. Do you do glutes?
He was like, "Hey, yeah, what's going on?" She was like, "What?"
I mean,
Like, what are you looking for?
How do you ask that? Do you massage asses?
Yeah, dog. It's like, you lead off with that. Do you do
massage asses?
How tight does your ass get throwing a football?
Right, like, nigga.
Talk about his hamstring sore and shit.
Nigga.
The upper part, the upper part of my hamstring.
I mean, I think it's bullshit, but it's
like, bro, no. I'm gonna tell you
all lying though. Like it's
hard to get
22 people to lie.
Nah, man, I think they trying to embarrass that man and just paying this shit off so he can go.
So basically, this shit ain't like, I don't want to persecute. This shit ain't brand new out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's put it this way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's
but
more
that's
and
what
more
I'm saying, though.
Like, if he wouldn't have tried to leave, I think he wouldn't have to deal with this shit. But I feel as though
that's my thing.
What happened, though, is just it's like a train without brakes. And because at first, when it was the wave, I was like, "Oh, they lied." And like, then when Mo came out, and it's like you got to have some credence or interaction for it to be an actual serious case. So that means he booked you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you need 47 goddamn masseuses? Like,
bro?
Are you trying to find the right fit, the right feel? Like, nigga, how granular are you going in your research for the right one?
I'm gonna say this, and this has always been my issue. You know what I'm saying? And I'm down with women's movement. I'm against sexual assault, but when you file a sexual misconduct and you want his money before involving the laws, that kind of tells me something about your
absolutely
your character yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand that, man. And I understand. Well, if they went to the police, nothing would have happened. So we get their pockets first and then bring that's
bullshit.
But see, but in this case,
based on a criminal case when there's no physical evidence.
Yeah, but in this case, it's not a crime. Like if you read some of the stuff that they saying he did, none of that stuff would probably constitute a crime.
It would be hard to prove in criminal court.
Yeah, and even if it was a crime, it wouldn't be no crime that it's gonna be too serious.
Right.
But anytime somebody says I'm a victim and then hosts a press conference, you gotta look at that kind of strange, guys. Most victims don't want that type of attention in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of trying to handle this situation discreetly, they was like, we finna have a press conference, we finna have all these cameras and all this. Like you gotta look at this type of stuff. And even before they went to trial, they trying to try him in the eye of public opinion before it ever goes to court. Right. They want him to be shamed before this goes to court. And I mean, maybe he did do this, but it's some awful dirty tactics just for like somebody who claim to be on the up and up and trying to say that they want some type of justice. Like this don't seem like justice. This seems like TMZ type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, exactly. It's embarrassment now at this point. And it's past criminal now. Is that embarrassment? Because even if this does end up transpiring when his career isn't over, it's still embarrassing. Like I hold it like this, and I'm not an excuse. It's like you kind of compare it to the Ben Roethlisberger situation. He settled out of court after actual sexual intercourse was actually done. You know, whether forcibly or consensual, he ended up settling out of court. And I feel as though that crime is heightened in this situation, but they are still criminals against women. I feel as though his saving grace is he's good at what he does on the football field and he's in his prime. The bad thing is the quarterback is you don't have much room for error as a black quarterback because the quarterback is the face of the franchise in the NFL. And so this will be the first time the NFL will be at a crossroads of trying to integrate somebody at crime against women for the quarterback.
Uh-oh. The boy done went there. But yeah.
Did you follow?
Yeah. Well, I think it's super bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
it's crazy how. I mean, my whole thing is as soon as he demanded this trade, it's like, cause I mean, shit, he was the face of Houston football shit for the last 3 years.
Him and JJ.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, JJ. I mean, did JJ demand the trade? Was he like?
Well, they basically let him go.
Okay,
they let him go.
But it's kind of funny how Deshaun demanding this trade now. All of a sudden, because I mean, even going back to Clemson, his character has never been in question ever.
But hey, like my brother said, the nigga just might be in the weird shit.
True.
Yeah. Like,
I don't put that past. I don't put that past nobody.
I mean, but where's the line in it? Where's the line in like? Or he's just in the weird shit and he assaulted me. Because if you listen to what some of these women are saying, like you like, I don't know if that's assault. Like one of them said, she came in the room and he butt naked, right? And she say at this point, like, okay, you're a masseuse. This guy comes to your house, say, I want a massage. You like, okay, go in the room, this robe, put this on. I'll be in there in a second. You go into that room and he butt naked.
That's not a crime.
She say, hold on. She say that she was so terrified by him being butt naked that she didn't know what to do. So she went on and started to perform her job.
Get the fuck out of here.
So why were you terrified? You know what I'm saying? What made you terrified in this situation? I can see you being creeped out. I can see you being creeped out because this guy is naked and you didn't think he was going to be naked. But did he do anything to intimidate you? Why did you feel that sort of intimidation just by him being naked? Because if you're a masseuse, I would think you would be pretty comfortable with the male body and the female body, all types of touching, being in intimate areas and stuff like that. So I wouldn't think that somebody being naked would throw you off that bad. And she was up there sobbing and crying, saying she had nightmares and stuff like that over this situation. So I find that kind of
like she ain't never seen a man naked. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just saying, what are you trying to prove? Because I know you're not trying to prove if that's a crime, then like if that's the case, I've been sexually assaulted in a lot more ways just walking to the bathroom in the club.
Bro,
what?
You better say that. Comparing men and women shit, but hey man, man, I've been getting sexually assaulted. Since 7th grade. It was a chick in 7th grade used to hit me on my ass every time she saw me.
Nigga. And I've yet to be traumatized. So she can get on with that bullshit. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself on that because that's a delicate subject. But yeah, it's but I will say this before we go on to the next shit. When you bring allegations against somebody like that, and it's exposed that it's false, you shouldn't be able to just walk away from that shit like, oh, well, damn. Like, you have to be held accountable some kind of way. Like, it should be some kind of charge because you fucking with this nigga's livelihood, his image, everything.
It better be concrete. It better be.
No, it don't have to be though. It don't have to be.
No, what I mean by that is it doesn't have to be. But I'm like this. I'm talking in the views of the person that, like Deshaun, the person that it's like for this to be happening. I need this has to be some shit that you got to stand on. And it's unfortunately once it's out there, you can never bring it back in.
You can't bring it back.
in.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
because it's gonna have, especially in a civil case, you're gonna have the doubt in people's minds from here on out. Yeah. And no amount of football you will do will win over some people. Unfortunately, there's some people that'll never rock with you like that.
Yeah.
And so
he already lost money over this. Like I think
Nike suspended it.
Yeah, and Beats by Drake.
But dog, and like you said, even when you can go back to rest in peace Michael Jackson. He got acquitted of those charges, but that was we all still. Well, I ain't gonna say we all, but in the general eye, he was still convicted of that. People still
because we make light of it, even though it's not a joke. Like he be fucking with the kids.
So it's like even though like these girls bringing all these allegations, I'm not saying that they true. I'm not saying they false. I don't know. But if it's found that it's untrue, I just feel like something should be done. Like they got to be held accountable.
Well, now it's now it's a new part of where they have to now refile using their real names.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We'll see how that transpires, man. Right now, it's a sad time in Houston sports. I don't even know who on the Rockets team right now. We so bad. I don't even know who we got. I looked up and saw Avery Bradley on the court for us and didn't even know he was there. Like,
damn, Avery, I ain't know Avery Bradley.
I looked like that didn't go that team.
Hey, Knowledge, I think you got a delay, bro.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah, you got a bad connection, my dude. I think. But hey, didn't y'all niggas lose like 20-something straight game? I mean, I ain't trying to shit on the Rockets, so I'm just.
That's fucked up, man.
They did. I think they lost like 20 games. I mean, it's nigga. Hey, trust me, my Spurs are.
Bro, we trash.
My Spurs are terrible.
But yeah,
I do want to say this.
Yeah, you sound screwed up. Yeah, it's kind of slow. But shit, on a well, I don't know if I'm gonna say on a lighter note. I don't even know how to practice it in.
Bring it in, bro. I'm gonna just drop it on the table.
Well, I will say, Deshaun, keep your head up. You know. But shit, man, what else?
Yo, what you about to say?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, come on, bro.
I mean, you can't. Yeah, you gotta.
Nah. I ain't gonna do that, man.
You gotta say it now, bro.
I mean, I really didn't want to touch on it because it's kind of going from dark to even darker. But this whole, this trial, man, it's like
it's like get that out the way too.
They can't I mean, it's hard for me to watch it because they keep showing the video. Like, and it's hard for me that man, that trauma, it's like, cause it's basically a lynching. Like you watch this man, he didn't technically hang from a tree, but it's like a lynching. You watched him die. But after looking at, every day I'm looking at it, all the evidence, it's like everything is like, even when the defense cross-examines, it's like they have really no defense. I mean, their only defense is, he was under the influence of something and all that bullshit. My thing is, and I'm not promoting it, if, God forbid, if this dude gets off, America is gonna be, bro. You stay in the house.
It's gonna be
stay in the house.
And that's all. I said that. I told somebody, I was like, it's gonna be on some Rodney King vibe.
Mm-hmm. Nationwide, not just
nationwide.
LA, it's gonna be nationwide.
Because and it's already it already bubbled last year when he passed. Mm. So what do you think is going to happen once he gets no justice? Like, it's going to be heightened because, I always say you felt the wrath of it when Mike Brown his killers didn't get off. They got off.
Yeah. And then Trayvon,
George Zimmerman. It's only gonna heighten as each situation happens. Like because y'all ain't hear us. Y'all ain't feel us the last time.
Right, exactly. Right.
And unfortunately, I'm not promoting this, but I'm being real.
Yep.
It's gonna be felt, and unfortunately, it's gonna be a lot of people's shit gonna feel the wrath of this shit.
Hell yeah.
Whether you're on that side or not, and because it's very reckless when it comes to the value of American citizens, especially the black American. Because I feel as though that's a moment where you pretty much show us, no matter if you kill us on camera, you've seen it happen where they've gotten off too many times.
And 2020.
Now, you have no doubt that it's shown by the quote unquote professionals and the experts who've gotten on the stand and said this was death by homicide. Homicide.
Right.
So what else can we do to prove to you that this was a murder and not a police injustice?
Right.
Because a police injustice is, I feel like that's kind of understating what it is, because you hide behind the badges showing, no, you are a murderer. You murdered that man in cold blood. Yep. You just ended up having a badge on when you did. So this is not a fucking police injustice to me. This is a fucking murder.
It's a murder.
So that's why it irritates me a lot of times when people don't understand where the pain and anger comes from, because what it shows is that you feel as though you lose more and more hope with each letdown. And so I just want to say, if you're not trying to be affected by this, stay your ass inside.
Stay at the house.
The decision come in. Because it's going to, hey, let's just say the temperature is going to rise.
Yeah. And again, we ain't promoting this shit.
We're not promoting, we just being real.
We saying it's gonna, cause shit, dog, we tired. I mean, we been tired.
I ain't promoting no violence, but I gotta, like, what do y'all think? So what would you say is enough? Like, this is enough justice for us not to go break shit.
He gotta do life in jail at least.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do life in jail.
Nah.
You gotta give him at least 25 years.
At least 25.
You gotta give him at least 20.
How you gonna give him 25 and the lady that killed Botham John got 10?
So no, you gotta understand though, the level of doubt in the Botham John was a lot easier, because she put in doubt in the eyes of the jury, like whether she had the intent to do that or not. In this situation, it's literally a person just sitting there like, fuck it.
It took him 9 minutes and 29 seconds.
It's the effect of the act that kind of changes whether it was cold blood or somebody who felt threatened.
Exactly.
And you have the doubt, because Botham John, I'm surprised still that he ended up getting any type of justice, because once they start creeping in that doubt, I was scared. But this one, I don't know where the doubt could come from. Like,
where is the doubt?
Like, even the longest tenured police officer in the MPD, in Minneapolis Police Department, said that he don't know what the fuck he was doing. That is not their training. And once the police kind of take away the training, the training excuse, you really standing on borrowed time, because they pretty much taking the blue shield from behind.
Yeah.
But they can't even stand on the training. That's very rare in a police case where they basically just take away the training, because you just like, okay, he went rogue. He let his emotions get the best of him, and he didn't do what the police was trained to do.
And they ain't fucking with him.
They trying to get their hands. They trying to basically step away from him slowly but surely. Like, they paying for his defense, but the defense is so trash. Like, how many times can you ask the same question?
Dog.
Like,
and that chief knows. Like, I don't want my city to burn. Like,
bro,
I don't want my city to burn, because if they come back with a not guilty verdict,
how do you defend the indefensible though? Like,
right,
exactly. It's evidence. Like, it's 9 minutes of just what you did. They say he was dead for 3.5 minutes, and you still kept your knee on his neck. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that they are trying to say that the drugs were in the system, even the examiner was like, the pathologist was like, it was a very minimal amount of methamphetamines in his body. Like
a pill.
They tried to make it seem like the nigga had enough now to fucking kill a whole goddamn
one pill, bro. And that nigga was like 6'5". He had one pill.
That's why I was like, I ain't really hearing it though, man. But we'll see, what transpires from that. And because I feel as though I'm anxious to see exactly what direction this goes in. I'm hoping for the best.
Yep.
I'm bracing for the worst. I hate that I have to feel that way these days, but I'm bracing for the worst.
But I mean, it's so simple, dog. If you want police to stop killing unarmed black men and women, or people of color for that, all people of color, then start convicting some of these motherfuckers. And the other cops will say, you know what? As much as I don't like the color of his skin, I got a family to go home to, so I'm not going to kill.
They have no fear of killing. And
okay, think about this point, and not to go deeper into this, but I was just having this, conversation with somebody. I will say this: I don't think every cop that shoots an unarmed black man is racist. I think most of them are just they just afraid.
But I feel like the
not justifying it. I mean, I'm not saying that to justify it.
But I always feel like the fear comes from a speck of racism. Well, prejudice. I won't say racism.
It's a prejudice. That's exactly what it is. It's a prejudice. It's a prejudice that leads to you killing a motherfucker that they ain't got no reason to be getting killed at this moment.
Right, exactly.
Like, because you the way you feel about me, it stems from what your expectations or your thoughts about me.
And what you've been taught.
And so,
I mean, studies show that people view black men as more aggressive.
Right.
And black women as hypersexual.
Right.
So, white man and a black man of the same side.
You breaking up.
You breaking up, bro. Yeah, he all the way pause. Yeah, like you said, that whole angry black man, angry black woman. Yeah, so they when they get out the car, they already on that. Oh shit!
I don't know if y'all saw the incident that Michael Rainey, the guy the dude that plays Freak on Power, he videotaped a cop coming up to his door, his window with his hand on his gun, pretty much like. And it was like, you saw this incident yesterday with the Army lieutenant.
Yeah.
And I feel as though the aggression is heightened. That comes from that, and that's why I always say, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, man. The black experience is one that you can't align with any other races. Nope. The black experience, unfortunately, is very dope, very dangerous. But I feel as though it's also like I feel like people think that this shit's a game, because we make it look good. We make this shit look real good.
Well, now go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we make it look good, so people feel as though this shit is light when we cry out, because we've always done more with less, and that's just like, and I know there's gonna be kind of polarizing with the Asian American and a lot of the crimes against those, and I hate it's going on. But what I feel as though I don't want to happen is for it to be a battle of injustice, like a battle of victimization, where we feel as though our struggle is more than yours. I just feel as though there's a lot of injustice that come with being certain races, certain backgrounds, certain heritages. But I'm not about to align mine with somebody else's that I can't relate to.
Now,
how my experiences have been with those of those races. I've had good ones, I've had very bad ones, but I'm not going to sit there and just align with something that I can't relate to. Exactly. And I feel as always expect us to be the number one ally in the saving grace for a struggle that is not ours, but nobody wants to rock with us.
That part right there, bro. That's what I was definitely, because I wasn't like. That we have had the worst experience. I mean, we went through slavery, Jim Crow, and I can go on and on. So I feel like we have, and again, I'm not saying that, your struggle wasn't as bad as ours, but I just feel like we had we were slaves, brother. But the part you said, okay, I can't align myself with that. Like, I have my own struggle. Now, I don't wish that struggle on you, but you can't force me to be your ally And okay, now I gotta fight your fight. And I'm still forever fighting my fucking fight.
Because you're gonna get your reparations and forget about us. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? And it's like,
thank you.
I hate to be that guy, but it's like shit.
And
y'all want to get on our ass about it? Like,
right.
hey, I can't relate. I can't relate. I look at it and so I mean, you know,
because we've been dealing with that, bro. It's like, okay, I hate that it happened to you, but that's just America. That's just not saying all of them are racist. I'm not saying that by no means, but that's just America. That's just what it is. People of color. So yes, you got to deal with that, whatever. But we've been dealing with like, okay, you know, God forbid shit keep happening, you know, at that you know, what you know, the last Asian all those homicides in what was that in Atlanta. Yeah. God forbid that. I don't wish that on nobody. Okay, yes, it's sad, and damn, I don't want it. And you know, we're praying people. We're gonna pray for y'all too, but we still getting gunned down.
But you want to know something? You want to know why this is such a big issue and is getting so much widespread coverage in my eyes? Because people are not used to other races having to deal with these type of issues. Meaning, like,
that makes sense.
Because it's like it's eye opening because it's not a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's eye opening that it's not one of us because you see so much footage and archived footage from years and years and years of us getting our asses beat.
Yep.
And having like, how many times have you seen a black man or woman get their ass whooped on foot on camera? And yep. I'm not trying to be heartless, and I'm not. And my sympathies are with those that have been affected. But what I'm going to say is this is getting such widespread coverage because it's uncharted territory as far as seeing the optics. And why is that? Because unfortunately, there's a common denominator in a lot of situations like this. And I don't want to play the victim, but I'm not about to discredit our fucking struggle and just put one ahead of ours when I feel as though y'all ain't trying to put out the fires that have already been occurring for over 150 years. So, I mean, hey, things come with it. And shout out to April who wasn't alive, man. She had a comment when she was saying, you know, we spoke about how police approach, you know, black men and women, and she was saying a lot of people don't get aggressive. A lot of black people don't get aggressive until we are provoked by whites, and they know it. And I think that's a point. It's like it's like the person that you feel as though you can poke and they'll react. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the reaction comes from a lot of trauma or past experiences where there's a distrust, there's a disconnect, and there is an already heightened aggression that comes from the opposition of how we view you. So I feel as though they try to tap into that. They feel like it's like they trying to justify us to do something so they can have a reason to justifiably just do what they need to do. Right. You've dealt with that sometimes where they would talk to you crazy, see how you respond, do something to
then turn into the victim.
your rights and see how you respond. Yeah. And not just police, just people outside, you know.
Yeah. And then they turn into the victim when you
they know they're gonna get the benefit of the doubt. Like exactly. as a black person, you always guilty until proven innocent, you know. So it's just like, and you know, it's I guess it's a bad analogy, but it goes to this, like, you know, you got two kids and one of them bad as hell, and one of them, you know, you don't know the other one is bad as hell. You always gonna believe it when the kid tell the other kid, but he did that, you know, because you already perceive him as a badass kid. You know what I'm saying?
Based off the characteristics,
the other one word for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what a black person get a lot. But like another thing, like when we was talking about the Asian American violence and stuff like that was happening, what did hurt is for me to see like that some of the people who were doing it were black people. Like,
that's what hurt. That's what bothered
me. That kind of bothered me, you know, because I was just like, why? You know, if anybody should be like, and most, I'm pretty sure most black people are like this, you know, are like, you know, happy and stuff like that. But like, I just hate to see that a black man doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, say that shit for the real crazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that shit too. You know?
Right. Yeah, because that ain't even in our character. Not on no shit like that. Yeah, I mean, we ain't just no predators. You know what I'm saying? If when we do our dirty, niggas stepped on our shoes or mess with, just dumb shit. But we don't just go out seeking. Oh, let me just go fuck with them.
That ain't how we move.
Just cause, yeah, we don't move like that. Like we don't. We don't just go say, let me go shoot this shit up because I'm having a bad day. Nah, I don't do that shit.
You can't justify the racism done against you if you're gonna go do it against somebody else, man.
True.
You can't do it.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
I mean, because if it happens to you and then you go do it to somebody else, it's just what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no injustice. It's just how we get down.
Yeah.
You know? And some people want it like that though.
That's the sad part. That's the sad part right there. Motherfuckers want it like that.
You got these white folks, man. These folks been planning for the Great Race War since motherfucking 1720 and shit.
Gotta get your strap. Gotta get your strap. Hey,
I be telling people,
they ready for the purge. They ready for the purge.
I be telling people all the time, use your right. Please bear arms. Protect yourself. I'm not saying get a gun to go shoot up nobody, but protect yourself because it's motherfuckers who be like, man, I'll go over there and slap the shit out that motherfucker. Okay, but he got a gun on him. He already scared of you. That motherfucker will shoot you dead. That motherfucker shoot you dead.
Hey,
slap that hillbilly if you want. That hillbilly will fill your ass up with holes because he ain't gonna fight you.
Hey, bro, that's some shit I think about when I'm living out here in Frisco or wherever, you know, these booties and shit. You know what I'm saying? When election time was going on, I saw a lot of Trump signs when I drove through the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, it was a war.
When you get on 45 riding to Houston, or between Houston and Dallas, you see about 30 minutes where it just shares like Trump signs, Trump country. And you be like, bro, if I ran out of gas around here,
I wouldn't stop. I'll close that bitch for
hey, bro, I'm sitting in the driver's seat waiting on Trump with my pistol on my lap.
Nigga, hey, do not drive to Dallas in the dark, nigga. Make sure you drive through that stretch during the daytime, nigga.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck around with that shit, bro. Like, I don't.
I mean, you know, Texas is one of the most racist states in America, especially the further south you go. It's like, man.
But
I mean, I love my state, but shit.
But yeah,
Texas.
But before we get out here, I have something that I want to put everybody on if they haven't watched it already. I rewatched the show recently, and you know, when it comes to just appreciating good television. Right, you know, right now my favorite show on TV is Snowfall. Storylines, the character development, just and just overall the writing is just A1 to me. But I watched The Wire again most recently.
Nigga.
and I always notice something different every time I watch it. But looking at it as a mature, level-headed adult. The things that cause you to feel a way or that fuck with your emotions and stuff that is not always on the surface. Like I was looking at the struggle of big cities, especially a lot of big cities, man. And there is no more public school systems that are flourishing in metropolitan areas, large metropolitan areas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm anxious to see as white flight is reversed and as more and more fortunate, you know, people or white demographics move back into the cities and the inner cities. How will the school districts be replenished? I'm anxious to see how this will work. You know, white flight calls the suburbs to be enhanced, to flourish. But as you know, a lot of people are moving back to the inner city. So I'm anxious to see over the next 10 to 15 years how things move. And I don't know why I was thinking this, but, you know, it's just something I kind of wanted to put out there as people pay attention to. For some reason, like, you know, I want there to be more funding for schools. I want there to be more funding for public service in large metropolitan areas, especially for those below the poverty line. But I feel as though as they gentrify neighborhoods, I feel like they're going to gentrify the school districts in a way. Because I've seen it here in Houston where a lot of schools, buildings that were initially places that we went have now become magnet schools or, contemporary programs or things of that nature. They kind of make it fancy where it's like, hey, we can pretty much choose who can come in now, even though it's in a black area. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like Booker T. Washington School of Public Arts. Like, that's downtown. But, I feel as though those are buildings that were attended by us at one point in time, and that got no funding, but now they get all of this surplus of funds and and resources once it's no longer benefiting us. So I just want everybody I just want to kind of put that out. That was my put you on for the day, even though it's something a lot of people have already watched. Just look at it.
Must be on season 4.
Yeah, season 4 is my favorite season, man, because that's where you really get the
that's where they tap into the school system.
Yeah, because that's where you get the impact of how dangerous things are. I have a little brother that's in 11th grade now, and how he tells me how they just pushed them through and moved them along, man. It's kind of scary.
But that's what they do in the inner cities. They push them through.
They're just trying to get them through. It's all about fun.
I'm a fan, and I know just rely on it.
Yeah, your sound bad, bro. Yeah, it's like a delay in your sound. I mean, your visual is on, but yeah, man, it's like they push them through, and it's like basically setting you up to fail. It's really like, I'm not teaching you.
No, you hear me now?
Yeah, you delayed. I don't know why I delayed. Yeah, it's distorted, bro. Yeah, they push them through. They not getting them ready for college. Definitely not getting you ready for college.
Public school ain't meant to get you ready for college, though, man.
And unfortunately, it's meant to get you ready for trade. And basically, to be a worker.
Yeah, that's
to be a worker.
Yeah.
And that's why I want us to educate our younger generations, at home. There has to be proper preparation at the home if you want to give your child a fair shot. Because I feel as though,
if you want to give your child a fair shot, you're gonna have to take it on yourself to educate them. Because public school, that is not what public school is for. Public school is just to make your ass a functioning member of society, so you don't go and fuck this shit up when we send you out into the world. And that's all they trying to do. That's why a company gives a company like a Walmart or any type of place that's of Amazon. That's why they give money to public schools and shit, because they just trying to get your ass functional enough to work this school.
A few of y'all might be able to break through the glass ceiling if you do By the time you're 45, we'll make you general manager.
Yeah, it's a lot of Calvins in the world, man. Y'all remember Calvin?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Calvin worked, he got his way up from fries and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It was good as hell, tapping in with y'all because, I had a lot on my mind. I know y'all did too with so much going on. It's a lot that we could have covered.
Man, we can do this shit twice a week, bro.
We really, want to get on the cadence, man, and just kind of start getting it together. Marcus, you back online?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you sure?
You good.
I did just want to take this one topic about education, man. I don't think we should always put the responsibility on the system for the kids. It's simple. It's hard, but it's fair. Like, some of these parents, they expect expectations for the system is high, where it's just too much for them. So I just wanted to just touch on that. But I do want to say, before we leave, though, shout out to the foolery of Paul Pierce and his ego.
Oh shit!
Way to get out your contract, bro. Way to get out your contract.
That nigga said, "Shake your titties." I was like,
that nigga woke up from his nap and chose violence. That nigga said, "Fuck it." ESPN suck my dick. Is what he literally told him.
I mean, I know
and
you got millions in the bank, but damn,
you knew that's what he was trying to do though, because it's
he
like
got fired on his day off.
Like it's like, and then to see him the next day with the Barstool president, he like, bro, he trying to get out his contract. Yeah, it's so obvious, like, because they like, man, that man, I can't believe he threw it all the way for 315. Man, you really think he give a fuck? Like,
right?
You really think he give a fuck? Like
he probably got about 50, 60 million in the bank.
That money, that was probably his weed money he made from ESPN, bro. Like,
hell yeah.
That's his weed money.
His money that he got in the bank is making him more money than the money he was
what
making
he
at ESPN,
bro. Them niggas is not paying Paul Pierce top dollar for his analysis.
He ain't that reckless. He won't do no shit like that.
Like, bro, he probably don't even know when his direct deposit from ESPN hit.
They said fire.
He probably don't know he got paid.
I don't
he probably know he got paid from the motherfuckers.
I don't want to wear a tie no more. Fire me right now. I got some other
fire
shit going on.
Because once you're in the contract, you're in the contract. So
you
how
stuck.
can I get out this bitch? How can I get out this bitch?
Shake your titties.
Shake your titties.
That's how you got out.
Roll up, nigga. Roll up.
I was looking for Lil Boosie. I was like, Lil Boosie gotta be there. You talking this reckless.
Man, and that's why I was like, the internet ain't always what you think, bro. Everything ain't always ill, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes boys be tactical and strategic with how they move on the internet. And this is one of those moments.
It ain't checkers, it's chess, son.
It's chess,
ain't that what Lonzo told Buddy and traded?
Man, he got more traction than he did since he hit a game winner in the playoffs.
Nigga, he got more traction since he got in 08 when they won the ring, 08 or 07, whatever you had was.
Like the fans he lost when he had to get carried off the court, he got them back. They carried that nigga off and he shitted on himself.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
He got all them fans right there.
They came back.
They fucking with him. They fucking with him again, bro.
They came back.
Man, dog, this was good, bro.
Man, it was good to pull up with you niggas.
It was.
Shit.
Man, we got a deal. We fell off a little bit. I had to move. Niggas had shit to do. But I guarantee y'all gonna be hearing more of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Before we go out, man, again, moment, all my sympathies to the family of DMX. Also, and put your hands around your loved ones, man. And I said that earlier in the show, man. I always say time is precious. You never know when that last breath will come. So I always say, take full advantage of your time with loved ones and the time that we have here on this earth, and make the days count, man.
Yes,
and other than that, man, this your boy Antoine the Source.
B-boy fresh to charming ass. Ho.
Man, it's knowledge, man. Y'all keep achieving.
And boy Flimarachi. We out of here.
Coming out.
I'm back in the building. We gonna go. Shit. Well, shit. It's always real.